The recording has now started.
Thank you, Henrik. Great. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our C++ lecture. We've already started with the Zoom session, and Henrik forgot to remind us about recording it. But it doesn't matter. I'm already 10 minutes in, and now we're going to start the recording. So my question to Moses was, Moses, what was the question?
The question was how to declare an array, sir.
Right, how to declare an array. So I'm actually revising what we did a couple of weeks ago, okay? And
I was thinking, sir, there's something I've coded here. Maybe I can just post it on chat, then you can use it instead, because I've made a mistake when I was explaining to you that.
No problem, no problem. Listen here, make all the mistakes you want. This is our Zoom session. You must not make the mistakes in the exam. Okay, Moses?
Yes, I've just pasted something then.
Oh, okay. Read out your question. Let me read it out. It says, hi, everyone. Do you have sound on your side? Lucky to everyone. Yes, I do. Malume, a collection of items or data stored. Oh, I like this word, contiguous memory locations, also known as database systems. Oh, Malume, you used a very big word, contiguous. What do you mean by contiguous, Malume? Or are you just doing a Google copy and paste? Malume? Anybody? What's this big word that Malume used? Contiguous. It actually means next to each other, right? So if you think of a bookshelf, all the books arranged next to each other, that's how the memory locations would be. Or if you can think of a row or a block of flats with only one floor, that's what I mean by contiguous, next to each other, all right? So your array would be declared as A1, A2, A3. That was the name of the array, all right? So it's a big word, but simply stated that an array, like Moses correctly pointed out, it's a data structure. Number one. Number two, it says all the elements are the same. Number three, we access it by means of its subscript. Number four, it has a definite starting point and a definite ending point. My next question to you, Moses says using namespace. Ooh, lovely, Moses. You've given me the entire program out there. All right.
This is what I use this for practice.
Oh, okay, great. But where's the array declared over there, Moses? I don't see an array declared out there, Moses.
Yeah, that's what I wanted you to correct me on my side. That is it?
Oh,
or is it not?
Okay. Oh, you got a question for me. Great. All right. So I'm going to copy that. Thank you, Moses, for the question. So if you didn't get the definition of an array, I'd like you to go through that. All right. So let's answer Moses' question. Thank you, Moses, for this question. So let's see if I'm going to be able to help Moses. By the way, if anybody else has a question, please get ready with it. So I'm going to, Moses, are you able to see my screen, Moses?
Yes, sir.
Right. So there's your program out here. So Moses is talking about strings. Line number one, include IOString. You don't mind if I just set it according to the way I like it. And also everybody will be able to see it, right?
No problem.
In fact, I'm going to use the compiler to help me to find out what's the error over here, right? So this is part of learning how to do programming as well, Moses. And the rest of the students as well. You are in a programming environment, you work in a company, there'll be other programmers that work with you. So you're not an individual standalone programmer. And other people will give you their program and you need to interpret what they have done, or you need to correct what they have done. So Moses, you and I are working in a company, right, Moses?
Yes, sir.
And you came up with this to say, listen here, there's a problem with this program. Firstly, you got to tell me, what is it that you want to do, Moses?
Oh, the question is, I wanted you to show me how could I add an array in my code, in the code that I've just.
Why do you want to do that, Moses?
So that I can get a clear view of an array in a practical situation instead of just knowing it as a theory, knowing how to explain it, sir.
Okay. Now, in programming, you just can't use a data structure because you say, hey, I got a program and I want to put an array in there. You can't just do that. You got to have, an objective in mind. Why do you want to use an array? You will use an array if you need to store data elements, and all the data elements are the same. and you need to be able to access each element individually, or if you need to access all the elements at one time. Okay, Moses?
Yes, sir.
That's why the definition of an array is very important. You got to know what it is. So I'll give you another question from now that you mentioned this thing about the array. When will you use a for loop and when will you use a while loop, Moses? Anybody can answer that as well. Just excuse my dog who's sneezing here in the background.
Can you please rephrase the question once
So
more?
the question is, when would you use a for loop and when would you use a while loop?
I'm just trying. I think we'll use a while loop if only we are having one string of an array. Then we'll use a for loop if we are having like different.
Okay, let's look at the notes. Let's look at our notes, right? Can you see they're using a for loop here?
Yes.
They're using a for loop because remember I told you what the definition of an array is? An array is a data structure. We know in advance how many elements are being stored. All right?
Yes.
So can you see my for loop? It runs from 0 all the way to 25.
Yes.
That's why I will use a for loop. So in your question that you've asked me now, Moses, you said, sir, I've got a program over here. I want you to put a array in there. I can't just put an array if I want to, because Moses asked me to do that. I got to have an objective in mind. Why would I want to do that? So the same thing, I'm trying to give you the reasoning with the for loop. You will use a for loop because you know for a fact, you know for sure that there's 25 elements like what's happening out here.
Yes.
All right? Okay, Moses?
Yes, sir. So
with your program, I'm sure your program works, right? Let's see if it works, if it compiles. Right? So Moses' program, yes, it's compiling. It's compiling. Great, it's compiling. Now, I could, if I wanted to, store 10 names, 20 names, but not necessarily ask the same questions that you have. Okay, Moses?
Yes, sir.
Right? So let's build and run this program. I am named Moses. I am how many years of age? Hey, you didn't put your name. I like the name Moses, but I don't like being 22. Okay, so you're 22 years of age. Now, if I wanted to put this into an array, I will need to have done something like this. There's my declaration on the top, and this is how I will enter my values in. All right? So I'm going to still try and answer your question and put it into an array, let's say a string, or if I want your age, and not just one age, I will need to have a number of people's ages. Okay, Moses? An array takes on more than one value, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 20, and we'll refer all of them as an array, which is a data type, right? Okay, Moses?
Yes, I want to ask you, sir. So let's say, as you can see from my codes that I just sent you, it says I am named my character name, my name, eventually. So when you're gonna add an array, you are basically telling me that we can now maybe, for example, just add your name, character, age, a certain name that you have, whatever age you are. Then character name again, we're gonna say Mr. Governor on the side.
I don't get your question, Moses. Sorry.
Okay. I'm asking that when you're gonna add an array, as you are saying, we're gonna just you see on character name.
Let's not use the word add an array, right? Because adding elements in an array means something else as well, right, Moses?
Yes.
Okay. Let's just say when you want to include an array in the program, okay?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, since it is able to hold different data types.
No, an array holds the same data type. Every element in the array will be the same data type.
Yeah.
A struct will hold different data types within that. It's a record, but that will come into, in fact, from what you spoke to me now, I'm going to do that in a couple of weeks' time. All right. So let me take
Yes.
what I did with you guys some time ago. Let's look at one of these projects. I'll just go through this array. I think I did an array. There we go. There's an array here, right? So look at this array. This is what I did. Yolanda, are you with us today? Yolanda, Simon?
I think I'm left out because last week I didn't attend.
Yes, you didn't attend last week, right?
Yeah, I didn't attend last week. Yeah.
Okay, so let's for your benefit, Moses, which is not fair to the other people that joined. This is how you declare an array. Yolanda was here last week. Simon was here last week. Can you see if I say int Yolanda square bracket and the number of elements in the array close square bracket 20, 54, 675. This means I'm declaring an array called Yolanda. Every single element in Yolanda will be an integer, and there are 3 elements stored in the array.
Yes.
Line number 17. I'm declaring an array called Simon. Moses, how many elements are inside Simon?
There are 6.
Very good. Moses, what type of elements are stored in Simon?
Int.
Very good. Now, for your sake, I'm going to say int Moses. Too much that is now. Open curly brackets. Moses.
Yes, sir.
What happens in line number 18? Talk to me.
In line number 18, you just added int Moses.
Don't use the word added. Added means I'm taking every
Included,
single
yes.
element and I'm.
Yeah. You
What have I done in
included
line number 18?
You included my name.
I included your name. Okay, right.
Yes.
And what is your name? What kind of a data structure is it?
It's an integer.
No, listen to my question. What kind of data structure is it? Is Moses?
I don't get you on that one, sir.
Okay, let me show it to you like this, right? In line number 16, I declared a data type called Yolanda.
Yes.
Yolanda is a very specific data type because after the word Yolanda, there's a square bracket and there's a number 3 inside of it.
Yes.
And Yolanda is called an array.
Yes.
Now, in line number 18, Moses, what kind of data structure are you?
I'm still lost. I don't understand.
Anybody can help Moses?
Me, Mr. Governor.
Yes, go ahead, Henrik.
Would the other student like to go first?
Oh, I don't know. I can't see any hands. No, go ahead. It's a free open mic session. Anybody can answer. Go ahead, Henrik.
Okay, in that case, Moses here would be an array with
Excellent.
5 parameters.
Excellent. Yeah, very good. Very good. So Moses, let me just stop you there. Moses is an array. Moses, do you get what Henrik is saying?
Yes, he just mentioned that on line number 18, Moses was included as an array.
Very good. Very good. Very good. In fact, instead of using the word included, you can say Moses was declared to be an array.
Okay.
Right. Continue,
Yes.
Henrik. My question to you, Henrik, is Moses, what kind of elements are stored inside Moses?
Value parameters in this case.
Okay.
Only ints.
Very good. Right. Moses, do you understand that, Moses?
Yes, now I get it. Thanks.
That means every single element inside the data type Moses is an integer, because that is by definition what an array is. An array is a data structure. Number 1, see the word data structure, it says I'm storing data in it. Number 2, it says when I identify the array, there are square brackets in front of it. Right?
Yes.
Okay? Right. I'm going to do another one now, right? Let me put on, my age. Ha ha ha. And what my age will be next birthday. Moses, talk to me. In line number 19.
You declared an array.
Yes, I've declared.
Prinavin.
Right. And what is Prinavin?
It's a towel. You declared towel and included your age and your date of your birthday, sir.
Okay. So
Yes.
listen to my question. What kind of data type is Prinavin?
Prinavin is towel. Data type towel.
Okay. All right. So the data that is stored inside Prinavin is double. But
Yes.
my question again to you is, remember you told me in line number 18, what was Moses?
Is an integer.
No, Moses with the square bracket 5, close square bracket 5. What is that?
It's a variable.
Who's figured that out?
Me.
And your name is?
Anel.
Anele.
Yes.
Yes, Anele. And Moses, listen to what Anele is saying, Moses.
Yes, sir.
Anele, tell me, how did you know that Prinavin is an array? Henrik, come in.
Yes, Mr. Governor,
Yes,
you are an
Henrik,
array. Sorry?
Yeah, go ahead, go on.
Okay. You're an array with two variables that's been declared,
Yeah.
which in this case is 26 and 27. The double
Correct.
means, as far as I'm aware, that the two parameters will be multiplied by 2.
No. It's a data type would be, each one would be a double. Right? That's what I mean. Or I could have word
Yes,
float over here. Right? I could have said float over here. Right? So let me talk to you the story in line number 19. In line number 19, I've declared a data type or data structure called Prinavin. Prinavin is an array. Each element inside Prinavin declared to be float, and from this 2 over here, I know that there's only 2 variables out there, 26.0 and 27.0. Okay, so if I had to talk in terms of a story sum, in line number 16, I've declared Yolanda, which is an array. And if I want to be more specific, I can say that this is a one-dimensional array because it only has one number inside the square bracket. Okay, Moses?
Yes.
Good. Right? So, in fact, I've spent about 10 minutes just talking about the definition of an array. How do we define an array? All right, so I'm just going to take Moses out, and I'm going to take Prinavin out, the array, right? Because we don't want it to interfere with that. Right. Henrik, you were here last week with us. What happens in line number 18, Henrik?
In 18, the array Yolanda, which has got 3 parameters, is going to be printed out by this function here.
Okay, let me just correct you about the word parameters, right? Parameters is it has another meaning to it, right? Now, Henrik, the reason why we're talking like this is because we are being computer literate, we are programmers, we want to use the correct lingo, right? Parameters are actually both Yolanda and 3, right? There's 2 parameters out there, and if you look at the top, there's a parameter, right? So we're going to talk about, instead of saying Yolanda and 3. We're going to see that Yolanda has 3 data types, or data elements, or elements of data, right? Whatever we want to make it. But parameters has another meaning to it as well, all right? So let's start again, Henrik. Line number 18.
Okay. There's a function called print array, which
well done. So let's stop there. So he says there's a function. You used a nice word, function, called print array. Very good. Right?
Okay. And print array is given these two data types, Yolanda and 3, to work with.
Correct, correct. So now see, Yolanda has been declared in line number 16 to have how many elements, Henrik?
It'll have 3 elements.
Very good, very good. And guess what happens in line number 18? When you pass Yolanda as this parameter, like you mentioned now, right? And I'm going to go very specific into some words like value parameter and reference parameter thereafter. So right now, we're just talking that those are elements inside there, right? Those are. It actually is a variable, Yolanda, a very specific variable. And at one go, Henrik, in line number 18, 20, 54, and 675 gets transferred to print array. Isn't that marvelous, Henrik?
It is very nice, yes.
Yeah, it is very nice. Instead of passing one at a time, right? Each one at a time, you're passing the whole thing across. So that's what I was trying to get through to you guys in terms of the array, which we declare in line number 16. I can pass 1, 2, 3 elements at one go. Boom, bang. Isn't that magnificent? I think it's fun. It makes my life so easy. Otherwise, I would have had to pass across each one 20, 54, 675. And imagine if I had 100 of them. Isn't that a lot of work?
It would be, yes, quite tedious.
Yeah. And okay, talk to me about this number 3. Why am I passing number 3 across here?
The 3 indicates how many parameters are in the Yolanda array.
Let's use the word elements.
Okay,
right?
elements.
Right.
All right.
Okay, so now that's right. So because, and you know how I know that, Henrik? Because I looked at the top of here, it's got int size of array. Okay.
Okay.
Now let me go and talk to you about the words you use. They use the word parameters. So in line number 3, the array and size of array are indeed parameters. And if they don't have this ampersand sign in front of them, then we call them value parameters, right? We did this some time ago, right? I'm just revising with you. If I put the ampersand in front of it, that means it's a reference parameter. But because I don't have it right now, these are value parameters. But let me tell you something of weird and funny about the array. Whenever we pass elements of the array or the entire array, it's actually passed as a reference parameter. It's written in your notes somewhere out there. I think I took a highlighter and I highlighted it and I sent it up to you. But we'll go through that a little bit more in detail. Moses, quickly, I'm gonna come back to you, Moses. Did you catch up with what we did last week and how and where we are right now about passing parameters and passing across the entire array?
Yes, I can see, sir.
All right, you can see that. So if I'm coming back to your question that you asked me over here, Moses, can you see you haven't declared an array on the top of here under int character age equals 22. You have just declared a variable. Do you understand the difference?
Yes.
Right? You have declared a variable called character name, and the data type is a string. And inside character name, you stored Moses. You only stored one name. Why you don't want to store my name, Moses?
I'm still practicing, sir.
Okay, doesn't matter. You only passed one, right? If you wanted to do it like how as an array, you will have to do it like this. Int Yolanda 3, all that goes with it. So now I'm going to come and answer your question, Moses. Now I'm going to answer your question. I'm going to go back to the array on the top there that Moses asked for, right? There's Yolanda. So instead of saying Yolanda, I'm going to call it names. Names, it can't be int, it has to be string. And inside there, I'm going to store
names.
Moses. I'm going to store Henrik. Henrik, I'm not storing you. I'm only storing your name. Okay, Henrik?
Okay.
Aha. I know that was my attempt at trying to be funny. My wife will say, don't be funny because I don't have a sense of humor. That was also a joke. Oh, yeah.
Yes, I know, but I think it's best to keep laughing off of the.
Yeah. I think I better keep to my day job teaching programming. Okay. Now, Moses, this is how I will store your name inside an array. Moses,
Yes, sir.
does that answer your question?
Yes, it does now.
Right. Now, if I want to store age, I'm going to have something called ages like this. And I'm going to store, how old are you, Moses? 22.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm just a few years older than you, 26. Oh no, I've got to put Henrik's name there because we're trying to keep it in order as well, right? Oh, that's another thing about an array. An array, there's a specific order in which you talk about. Maluma mentioned that word contiguous, right? Big word. Right, so Henrik, you don't mind disclosing your age, Henrik? Or just lie to us, delete minus about 10 or 20 years.
No, I'm just 20. Quite ordinary.
Okay. Moses, all right. Henrik is 20, and I'm just slightly older than you all. I'm 26. Moses,
Seems fair.
you understand now how I declare the array in your
Yes,
program?
sir. So, the age must correspond to the name.
Well, it should do that, right? It should be like
that. Okay.
Okay. Now, Moses, if you don't have me to help you with, and the rest of the students as well, you've got your best friend out here. You've got your best friend Google, so you can ask,
Google.
how do I declare a dimensional array with data type string, string in C++. Right, let's see what Google says. Yes, Google says. There we go. How do you declare a string array in C++? There we go. Hey, check it out. All right, let's go and ask for another question. An example, EXAMP example of a one-dimensional array with data type string. Let's see if that can find us that. There we go. Hey, Moses, check here, Moses.
Yes.
Check that, Moses. Hey, there we go. Raj, John, Krish. Hey, this must have been an Indian person writing this program. Okay. Right? Okay, Moses, you cool with that?
Yes, now I can.
You get it.
Yes,
And
I'll
also
go
you've
practice
got
that.
ChatGPT as well. Right,
Yes.
let me show you ChatGPT. Can I show you ChatGPT? Henrik,
Yeah.
what do you think about ChatGPT?
It's not all that useful. It's good if you want to amuse yourself for 5 minutes, though.
Okay, yeah, and for 5 minutes I'll do it, right? Just for 5 minutes, right? I don't know how else I'm going to help you out, children, right? So let me just move this thingamajig here. Hide the video panel. Let me just hide the hide float, right? So there's ChatGPT. So I'm going to say, act as a C++ programmer and write a simple program to define a one-dimensional array of strings. Right? Let's see what it does. Ta-da! What do you think of that?
Awesome.
What do you think of that, Henrik? Hendrik. I lost Hendrik now. Moses, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still there, sir.
Right.
Can
Can you
see-
see on the top of it, it says copy code?
Yes.
I'm going to click on copy code. I'm going to open up my code blocks. Let's open up a new one. Console application. Hendrik, you still with us, Hendrik?
And I never
Oops.
thought it could even help with coding. I only thought other modules, but not this one.
Who you thought would not help you?
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT will help you. Hey, gosh. I don't think it'll help you to find a girlfriend, though. You know, we'll try that out just now. Right. Moses fruits. Right.
Yes.
So let's go. Next. Finish. Control A, delete, Control V.
Please.
Now, Moses, they don't, ChatGPT forgot about users like how we have, right? We got at the top, we said using namespace standard, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to put that down over here, right?
Yes.
So using namespace standard, right? I like to do that because then I don't have to use STD all the way in the front of here. Can you see I got STD? I can take out STD. I can take out STD. Hendrik, are you back with us, Hendrik?
It shows that it was not using the same program that they are using. Maybe it was using another program to type the codes.
Who's it? Who's it? Who are you talking about? You talking about now, Hendrik? I mean, Moses.
I'm saying maybe the ChatGPT didn't refer as we are using code block, right? Yeah, another programs that you can use to code.
Yes, you can use other. Right.
Yes.
Now, see, we
The
are trying to
same
be
thing.
computer literate, right? You are using an IDE over here, right?
Yes.
Right. So yeah, you can use online GDB and all of that goes with it. So let's take out this STD. That's why we got using namespace, so we don't need that. I'm just making it look pretty now. Right. So let's run this. Let's compile this program. Yay! It's compiling. Let's run the program. Yay! Moses, check it out, Moses.
I can see that.
Apple, banana, cherry, date, elderberry. What is elderberry? Okay, so that's how you'll declare it. So you started off at 10 past 12 or 8 minutes past 12. You asked me, sir, I got a program. I want to put an array in it. When you told me that, Moses, then I said, hey, you know what? Moses does not understand the concept of an array.
Yes.
Right? Because you thought that an array, when you gave me your program, you did not have these square brackets. Immediately you told me that as a teacher, Moses needs to identify and understand that an array has more than one element and it has to have a square bracket in there. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, so Moses, you okay with this? You get this? You get the grasp of what an array is?
Yes. I'll go practice and yes.
Right, you got to practice this program, and you got help over there. You got Google, you got ChatGPT as well.
Yes,
when you don't have me, that is now, right?
Yes.
Okay. Right. Hey, I can see this. Moses, you forgot to tell me there's so many questions in the chat.
There's someone. Oh, yes, I can.
Samkelo, while loop is used to repeat a condition if it is true, and I don't know how many. Yeah, Samkelo, that's right. Use a while loop when you don't know how many times you must run the loop. It's based on some condition. Well done, Samkelo. Samkelo, say hi to us.
Hi, sir.
How are you, Samkelo?
I'm very good in yourself.
Well, now that you joined me and you told me the right answer, and you said a for loop is used when you know how many times you want to repeat the condition. Correct. Right? So
Yes.
we use a for loop for an array to access all the elements of the array, because by definition, an array has a definite starting point, an end point, and we know in advance how many elements we're going to have. All right. I know
Mhm.
that in my
Yes.
class there's 50 students. That's how many elements I want in the array. That's why we declare it on the top. Very nice, Samkelo. Next thing,
Yes.
sir, it says, sir, suppose you want to find a student that qualifies for an internship. For each student, we input the name, age of the student, the mark obtained for the examination in a while loop. To qualify, the student should be younger than 30 with a final mark of more than 65. Read in values
Wrong.
until a suitable candidate is found. Okay, this is not an array. Let me tell you how I know it's not an array, because I can't see any square brackets next to name, age, final mark. All right.
Is the meeting only about the arrays?
No. It's not about only arrays. You could ask any question. I think you want to test me to see if I know my work or not. That's Samkelo?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. So what do you want to know about this program? Do you have the program written out like how Moses did it?
Yes, I do.
Where's the
Yes, I
program?
do.
Where-
It's written on my online GDP. So can I have like 2 minutes to access it?
Yes. Have 2 minutes to access it. Moses, you don't mind if Samkelo's got a question for me like about the while loop?
No problem, sir.
Right.
Project.
While we're waiting for Samkelo, there's another one. There's another question. It says, please proof check, sir. Okay, let me just proof it. He wants me to proof it to see what's up with this question. This is a question about cost per room. Right. So he hasn't completed the entire program. How can I check it for you? I'm going to copy it, open up code blocks. Project, console application, Samekelo, Samkelo.
Yes.
Control A, delete, Control V. Samkelo, aren't I a fast typist?
Yes, you are, sir.
Thank you. Samkelo, you didn't finish the program, Samkelo.
How so, sir? 'Cause
You stopped at
it's
line
the
42.
end. Oh,
That number one, first thing, proof you didn't finish the program.
I thought that's finished, sir.
iPhone to everyone. How many programs? Arrays. Very important. Coming out. Arrays must come out in the exams. Must come out. If it doesn't come out, I will refund you your total registration cost. How's that? That was a joke. Come on, laugh. Functions are definitely coming out. Okay, Samkelo, this is not complete. This program is not complete. I can't answer it. I can't check what it is because you haven't got to return 0.
Oh, yes.
You can't ask me a question without completing the whole question. Yeah, nothing is there in the chat. Okay, will you email the question to me, right? prinavin@dut.ac.za.
Yes.
All right.
It's from a past question paper, though.
Oh, it's a past question paper. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how
I
many
think it's
I
the
gave
one
us so
that you
many
gave
past
us.
papers.
I think that's the one that you gave us.
Yeah, can you email it to me and ask me that and give me your attempt? When I say your attempt, don't ask me to answer the question for you. You need to show me you've attempted it and you are having difficulty with the particular concept, like how Moses gave me a problem and I showed it to him how he needs to include an array in there. Right, Moses?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Anybody else with a question? Talk to me. Come on, this is an open mic session. Anybody with a question? There's Moses, there's Amashle Kanzi. Anitemba. Asibonge. Henrik, you back? There's iPhone.
Yes, sorry about that.
No problem, no problem. You missed it. I put your name in there. There's your name out there. And I showed you and I spoke about ChatGPT.
Yes, I've used ChatGPT a few times. It's quite amusing.
Have you ever used it to write a program?
I've used it to sort of help me once or twice, but not very much.
Okay, okay. Yeah, always double check ChatGPT. It's not 100% correct, right? But I'm sure it'll get there.
Yeah, I've
And you
noticed
gotta
that
know what
sometimes
to
it
ask
makes funny
ChatGPT.
mistakes.
Yeah, you gotta know what to ask ChatGPT. In fact, I'm worried maybe it'll replace me very soon. Then you don't need me anymore. You just use ChatGPT.
I think I'd rather have you any day.
Ooh, music to my ears. Thank you, Henrik. Thank you. You're good for my ego. Okay. Anybody else? Henrik, feel free. Ask me a question.
I think it's all right, Mr. Governor. Perhaps in the time remaining, we could maybe go on to two-dimensional arrays.
Yes, two-dimensional. We need to do that. But unfortunately for us, the assignment has been extended. So that's why I'm like kind of pulling back a little, holding on, getting concepts done. And yeah, I will do that. Just to whet your appetite, though, a two-dimensional array will have two values inside here, all right? A row and a column, which I did last week. I'm not sure were you here last week? Were you here around? This is what I did last week. Henrik? Oops, I seem to have lost Henrik again. Or did I lose all of you?
No.
Okay, there we are back again.
Yeah. Okay, Henrik, there's the two-dimensional array. Remember last week we did this?
Yep, I remember that, yes.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's the two-dimensional array, right? I'll revise this with you next week, the two-dimensional array. But for now, let's just concentrate on if anybody has any other questions. One-dimensional for my students. Anybody? Moses, Simon? Ask now or forever hold your peace. iPhone guest. Wandile. Samkelo. Notando. Techno BF7. Please ask me a question. I'm here to answer you. I'm here to help you. I can't hear you. Talk louder.
What about the venue day?
The venue.
Yes.
All right. Send me an email. I'll reply to you, okay? Hello?
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yes. Anybody else with a question? Something related to C++ programming, please. And don't ask me what's coming out in the exam because I don't know that now. I forgot everything.
Sir, how many
Yes.
programs were out?
I just said don't ask me anything about the exam. I don't know. I forgot.
Oh,
Next question. Oh, there's something in the chat for me. All right, that you must ask me a question. That you send an email and I'll show you how to do that, right, Amashli? Talk to me. Anybody with a question about C++? You have a problem in programming or a concept that you don't get? Henrik?
I'm fine, Mr. Governor, thank you. I think we're more or less sorted now. I think we've got the idea of arrays more or less.
Got an array, okay. Let's quick revision. An array is a data structure. An array, let's put my video on. An array is a data structure. All the elements of the array are the same. one of the students mentioned contiguous. That means memory locations, it's like next to each other. If I want to access an array, I access it by means of its subscript or the index. And generally, you'll use a for loop to access all the elements of the array, all right? And when you're passing an array as a parameter, you pass the entire array across, right? Even if there's 5, 10, 20, even if there's 100 elements, all the elements get passed across at one go. We don't send it one by one, right? Everything goes together. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Hendrik, for the questions. Thank you, Moses, for your program. I hope you have a clearer understanding of an array and how you will use it in your program and why you would use an array. That's more importantly, the rationale, why you would use an array. Okay, Moses?
Yes, yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Moses. Moses, are you good?
I'm now good, sir. I'm just left out with practicing on my
You
own.
have to practice. Programming is a skill learned by doing it, programming it, working with it. You can't read a program and expect to understand everything that's going on in there. Okay?
Yes.
One last question, Mr. Governor.
Yeah, sure. More than one, 2, 3 questions if you want. How?
No, only one is all I can give you for now.
Okay.
At one stage, you were saying that you were going for the next assignment. That go.
I lost you there, Hendrik.
It's to do with the next assignment. There were more troubles with assignment 2 where only half the students submitted their work.
Yes.
So I was wondering.
Yes. Email me and I will I'll give it, I'll sort it out, right? Send me an email. I don't want to open it out to everybody. I will deal with individual cases about work hasn't been submitted, all right? Okay, Hendrik, but I'm sure you don't have a problem.
Okay.
You sorted it out, huh? You are okay?
Yeah, that's right. I was just wondering, because of the whole problem with assignment 2, whether you managed to get the extension for assignment 3. I was
Yes.
just wondering how the
But on an
administration was going.
individual basis, right? They need to email us.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, thank you.
Case by case situation. Thank you, Hendrik. Yes. Anybody else with a question?
So, I'm lost about the assignment. Only one leader is submitting the assignment. Is that right?
All right. Email it to me, right? Email me your queries about if you have a late submission or if you haven't been able to submit it.
No. Say I'm saying our leader submitted our assignment long time ago. I'm just asking, Wusi, there's only one person who's submitting the assignment.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Right, but email me your query about the assignment. I'm dealing with a case-by-case situation, all right?
Okay.
Yolanda, I didn't hear your voice today, Yolanda.
Hi, sir.
Very well. Now that you are saying hi to me, talk to me. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm excellent now that you're talking to me. How can I help? Do you have a question for me?
No, sir. I was having a problem with string, but right now I'm sorted.
Good. Okay, let me quickly talk to you about a string. Again, a string is a data structure, right? A string, you can think of it as being a specialized array because we store, for instance, my name was declared or Moses is declared and we wanted to have a name. So every single element in there, we can actually refer to it by the index. Many years ago, you can see how old I am, they used to talk about a string as being an array. Right now, we don't. We say one-dimensional array or string. String is a specialized array. Only characters are stored in there. All right? But go through that. That's also a very important concept for the exam and also for programming in general. Thank you, Yolanda, for that question. 2 more minutes.
Okay.
Anybody else with the thank you, Yolanda. Anybody else with a question? Hello, come on. You got me. I've got so much of knowledge up here in my head. I want to share it with everybody. I want y'all to be programmers. I want you to pass your assignments and pass your tests. Nathando.
Oh, no.
Hendrik, go ahead, Hendrik.
On a completely different topic, well, semi-different topic, Mr. Governor, what
Yeah.
are the oldest computers you can remember working with?
Ooh, me. In 1986, I worked on a Commodore 64. That was pretty long ago. I don't know whether you were born then, Hendrik.
Not quite, no, a little bit before my time.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. 1986, Commodore 64. Then it was the Commodore 128. By the way, 64 is a specialized number. Think of it as 2 to the power something. Commodore 128, IBM. And the speed at that time, Hendrik, was 4.77 gigahertz, right? Sorry, megahertz, not even gigahertz. We never thought of
Yes.
gigahertz. Megahertz, which was very slow. I use the floppy disk drive. Oh, now you're taking me down memory lane, Hendrik. And we learned a program called BASIC, BASIC, which stood for Beginner's All-Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code. Don't think it was basic. It had stood for something. And then I learned Pascal, standard Pascal. We used to have line numbers in there. But I can tell you something, Hendrik, in terms of the programming structure that I learned in 1986, way before you were born. We did assignment, we did a selection, meaning if statements, if this, that must be done, and we did loops, so something was done over and over and over. And that's basically what I've been doing all my life in programming. And that's what I'm teaching you as well now, Hendrik, and the rest of the students out here. Amarshler, Techno BF7, Yolanda, Moses, right? That's programming. And that works in life as well. We do something, we do it over and over, we make a decision. So we mimicking what we are talking in terms of how we live our life and how we live our life as a programmer. Thank you for that, Hendrik, down memory lane. Anybody else? Now you'll figure how old I am. If I told you 1986, I did computer programming. Yes, anybody else? It's 1 o'clock, 1 minute past 1. If there's no more questions, can we call it a day? Samkelo, did you find the program? You had a question for me? Or you can email it to me. I'll help you.
I've emailed it to you, sir.
Okay, all right. Maybe we'll meet again, right? Online or you can WhatsApp me a call or something like that and we'll do it, right? Angelique, good to see you. You didn't say hi, hello. Do you have a query, question?
No, I've got no questions. How are you? I only got in now. I only downloaded the Zoom app on my laptop now.
Oh, then next week I better see you, right, Angelique?
Okay, no, I'm definitely going to be there.
Great.
Kids are done with all these things.
Lovely. Okay, if there's no questions, I'm gonna call it a day. I'll download the recording and I'll upload it to YouTube, to our YouTube channel. You can always, Moses, better watch it again. Moses, you better watch it again because from your question, I realized that, listen here, you didn't quite get the grasp of the definition of an array. But after today, I'm sure you would. Okay, Moses?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's call it a day, everybody. Goodbye. Oh, class photo. Anybody wants to take a class photo? Hendrik, thanks for the clap, Hendrik. Class photo. Anybody put the camera on? Class photo. No class photo. Oh, there we go. I got a class photo. Yay. Got a class photo. Let's put a class photo there. Let's do a class photo. I get ready to smile. Oh, see. I'm smiling. Yay, I'm smiling. Yay, I got it. Right. Yay,
I didn't even know this thing's got one.
Right, so I'm going to post it in our WhatsApp group. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Yeah, uncle.
See you soon. Okay,
Good
all righty. Let's stop the recording. Oh, I forgot to stop the recording. Where's the recording? Stop. Let's stop that.